has given the federal government conditions to drop Biafra agitation. I repeat, Nnamdi Kanu has given the federal government conditions for him to drop Biafra agitation. Most of you might be surprised and be asking questions like, why would Nnamdi Kanu drop the Biafra agitation? That we have started this movement is like a train that is moving and we cannot look back. Let's look at it from this context. The government has been giving all avenues for dialogue so that there will be mutual understanding, because Nigeria is a multi-ethnic society, ethno-religious and multi-ethnic society. For you to satisfy every of these ethnicities or tribes, it takes a complex move. It is difficult for you to bring these three persons together, this multi-ethnic society together. So there needs to be a structure that will be in place to make sure that this happens. First off, there must be fairness, justice, and federalism for you to make sure that these people are together. I interviewed somebody one time like that. He said Nigeria is like a tricycle. We have Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. That the three cycles, the three tires, needs to work together. If one is not working, it will be difficult for the other to move. So if Nigeria wants to work, there must be things that must be put in place. So Nnamdi Kanu gave the government the conditions for his withdrawal of the Biafra agitation. Let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu was once advocating for a better Nigeria. So is Simon Ekpa, so Ojukwu, Wazirike. All these guys started off as people who wanted Nigeria to work. But at this point in time, they look at it critically and they saw that the elements that are ruling the country, whether they are Fulani, whoever they are, the cabals that are ruling the country, never wanted the progress. Never wanted the progress of a united Nigeria. They wanted to dominate every other tribe. So the travails that Nnamdi Kanu is going through is not new to people that are agitating for fairness, justice, and equity. Most of you might be surprised that you are hearing this for the first time. No, Nnamdi Kanu gave conditions why he would drop the Biafra agitation. And let's look at these conditions. Number one, he is looking at restructuring and federalism. And he pointed out some key things that the federal government needed to do in the Southeast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu met with Southeast governors in 2017 and made demands. There was a picture of him with Southeast governors where they had a meeting. So they were trying to tell him to drop the agitation and like, let's find better ways. So Nnamdi Kanu, in his own humility, came down to their level and told them, okay, if you want me to drop this agitation, this is what this and this I want you to do for the Southeast. Because we know that the injustice, the unfairness, the inequity that has been meted on the people of that region is unprecedented. Let me be speaking grammar. It is unprecedented. So there needs to be a change. That's why we are fighting, agitating that we want out of this union. I will always repeat what Awolowo said about Nigeria. He said it is a mere geographical expression. Most of the leaders you see that are handling the affairs of the country today did not ever believe in Nigeria. They are taking advantage of Nigeria. And you are making people suffer for your greed, your wickedness, and your stupidity. The Southeasterners are not okay in this union. He told them about the Southeast. And let me read some of the things that he said. He said, revive the moribund industries in the Southeast and South-South to provide job opportunities. Revive the moribund industries. You see, when Tinubu is bringing out this tax law bill, saying that the companies that you get this VAT from will have an opportunity to get more tax. For instance, now, most companies that feed Nigeria, most companies are in Ogun State, Lagos. It is situated in the southwest. So if a certain company, like let's say Guinness Nigeria PLC, is paying VAT of 1 billion naira, and usually what it gives to the federal government is, let's say, 900 million naira, and the company, the state where that company is, retains the 100 million naira and gives 900 million naira to the federal government. So what Tinubu is pushing for now is that let the place that you get this VAT from get more than 100 million naira. So let's say out of 1 billion naira, they can start giving 300 million naira to the place where they got this VAT from, and they take it to the federal government. So knowing that we have most industries in the southwest, most industries, most parastatals, most manufacturing companies in the southwest, it is going to benefit the southwest. Where are the investment, the development from the federal government in the southeast till date? Where are the where most of our headquarters, you find them in Lagos. So one of the things that Nnamdi Kanu, one of the conditions, he told them that revive moribund industries in the southeast and south to provide job opportunities. We have our universities in the southeast, they are churning out graduates upon graduates. Where will these people work? Is it the Abuja, the civil service that has been that is taken over by the Hausa, Fulani, and the Yoruba, that it's very difficult for you to get a job? They will consider tribe and other things. Federal government grants and opportunities because some persons are in power, they make it about tribe. So the Igbos are not well positioned at the federal level. Well positioned. Senators might have their slots, big men politicians might have their slots, but you will not compare to, for instance, Tinubu is in power. Yes, senators might have their slots in ministries, but when you appoint, the appointment Tinubu is making favors the southwest than any other region. So the east don't have industries that will employ their young ones. That's why I see most of them do business, they're entrepreneurs, and most of them fly out of the country to go and search for greener pastures. Number two, he said dredging the river Niger. The conditions that Nnamdi Kanu gave the federal government via the southeast governors, dredging of river Niger. And you know, dredging of river Niger opens the door getting to do a seaport, which is very difficult for the government at this point to do. When you dredge river Niger, we have something like a Papa in the southeast. Then it is okay for the southeasterners when we have a seaport in the southeast, working seaport. So most of these importers don't have to get to Lagos before they bring goods into the southeast, south, and other regions around those communities, along the south communities, Cameroon and other places. It is very important. Now, he also added that operating Port Harcourt and Calabar seaports at full capacity, the conditions Nnamdi Kanu gave the federal government. He also said functional rail lines in southeast and south regions. Yes. He said making Enugu International Airport a grade 1 airport so that passengers can fly in without stopovers in Lagos or Abuja. You want to fly out of the country, you must go to Lagos and Abuja. And we have 3 major tribes in Nigeria. You have one in the north, international airport in the north. You have another in the southwest, where is the one that is in the southeast. So if you want to go fly, like the former governor of Anambra State, he wanted to fly out of the country. He had to leave Anambra and come to Lagos, and they caught him in Lagos. You want to fly out of the country, it's either you go to Abuja or you go to Lagos. International airports not working in the whole of the southeast. There's another thing I was even talking about, these CNG conversion centers. I checked. I did not see any functional conversion center in the southeast. I did not see any functional conversion CNG. Okay, they might blame it on the insecurity. Before Nnamdi Kanu and Wazirike and the rest of them started shouting marginalization or injustice. What was the rate of federal government's investment, development in the Southeast? Because these people, they can gaslight. We know them. That's their job. We know them. And I'm not even moved by their gaslighting. What was the rate of federal government investment in the Southeast before the agitation? Where was the international airport? Were they dredging River Niger? It was forced before Buhari had to complete the second Niger bridge. So, international airports, CNG, and you expect these guys not to agitate. Provision of steady electricity supply in the Southeast, provision of good primary health care system, functional rail lines in Southeast and South-South regions. Functional rail lines. There's a one they did in Aba, and they started making noise about it. You know, see, Nigerians are a conquered people, my brother. Nigerians are, it is unfortunate. Some people have looked at the country and see, I don't think with the people we have in the power today and the people that are led, the masses and the government, when you look at them combined together, they mean no good for the progress of Nigeria. When you look at their actions, look at how you use 5 billion naira to renovate VP's residence in Lagos after spending 25 or 21 billion thereabout for the one in Abuja. And you know Nigeria doesn't have money. You're asking Nigerian citizens to tighten their seatbelt, and you are spending these monies. You bought a new presidential jet. You are not even considering. So when I look at the leaders and the followers, I just see that Nigeria can never move forward. See, most of us believed in Nigeria so much. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Most of us believed in a country that could work. We're giving solutions. We're giving the way forward for Nigeria. Then we now saw one thing, that these leaders don't want Nigeria to work. Genuinely from their heart, they never intended. Because if Nigeria starts working, they will not get these freebies they are getting now. Where we senators that are buying cars like water, and they tell you that their salary is something around 20 million, or I don't know, everything. Somebody that gets a salary of like 435 million, how can the person buy an electric car of 90 million? Just car. We're not talking about maintenance. Just car. Okay, let's move on. Operating Port Harcourt and Calabar seaports, yes, to full capacity. Dredging of River Niger, yes, and functional rail lines, provision of good primary health care, provision of steady electricity, and return to federalism and restructuring. That was the conditions that Nnamdi Kanu gave the Southeast governors for him to drop the Biafra agitation. But you know, these people, they are not designed to make Nigeria work. They are never, there's no Nigerian leader that is designed to make Nigeria work. These people know what to do. More than you and I. Me that I'm sitting here forming like I know. These guys in power, they know more than you and I. They are there. They know the loopholes. They know what to do to make sure Nigeria works. But they will never attempt to make Nigeria work because it is not in their design. It is not in their design. They have been stealing this fund. See, the corruption have been repeating itself over and over again, and there's no sign they are going to stop. So, as Nnamdi Kanu gave them these conditions, they just didn't do anything. They just looked at him, and they were playing all this politics of trying to wear him out, trying to make him look weak. You see, one thing about politicians is that they will be dialoguing with you, they will be attacking you at the back. They were assuring this guy that we were going to do one or two things and everything. They actually did not do anything. They were looking for ways to slow him down and bring him down. That is how wicked politicians are. At the end of the day, this guy resolved that I'm not going to turn back again. It is Biafra or nothing. He never contemplated on dropping that agitation again. And now it seems it is too late. In one of his broadcasts, he said, we have gone to the crossroads. We are not looking back. opportunities were given for dialogue. Opportunities were given to drop the Biafra agitation. The government needed to take these opportunities and make sure things went well. And when you look at the things that this man is saying, it's something that is not too hard for them to fulfill. But because they are designed not to make Nigeria work, they are designed to impoverish the people, they are designed to steal from the people and make the people poor, it is in their nature. It's in their nature to destroy the unity of Nigeria. They didn't do anything. It was after that meeting that the next few weeks they attacked his house and killed over 20 persons. Just look at, you met with the Southeast governors. This is what I want for my region. Then let it, if we see signs that these things are moving on, we will drop Biafra agitation. The next few weeks, the Nigerian army went to his house and killed over 20 persons, which made him escape. And in turn, the Nigerian government is saying that he jumped bail. Can't you look at the scenario and understand that you're not dealing with human beings, you're not dealing with people that want any good for you as a Nigerian. You're dealing with extremely evil people, occultic people, evil and demonic, that their heart is in their back. They will laugh with you. They go to church, they sing all sort of songs. They go to mosques, they do all sort of zakat. They pray 5 times a day. They are religious. But at the end of the day, they think that control them would not want them to wish good for Nigeria. So why wasting your time with these kind of leaders? And they are recruiting themselves. If you want to join any political party, if you want to get any position, you must go through, I don't know how to call it. They will mend you. They will make you like them. So they are breeding their kind in other young leaders that are coming on. Look at Yaya Bello, one of the youngest governor. Look at how enmeshed he is in corruption. Even the older ones did not even start early being corrupt like this. How he stole billions of naira. Someone that was supposed to set an example. Look at Dimeji Bankole. These young people, just because the old ones are recruiting them to become like them, and they become the worst version of them. So let it be on record that there was a time Nnamdi Kanu gave conditions to drop Biafra agitation, but yet the government turned the other way. And they did as if they didn't listen. They were much more interested in spending billions of naira to fly over to Kenya and abduct that young man and brought him. They extraordinarily renditioned him and brought him into Nigeria illegally. They are much more interested in that so that they can shut down the voices of people that are crying for justice. The more reasons why you cannot you cannot, when there's an ideology, you cannot quench an ideology. It's not possible. This man brought out a media machinery that has Nnamdi Kanu brought out a media machinery that has replicated himself in the lives of his people much more than every other agitator. So they thought they could silence him, but they didn't know that they made him much more popular. But now it is too late to look back. It is too late. No, you can't start bringing dialogues. Even if Nnamdi Kanu wants to dialogue with the federal government, it is going to be on strict terms of restructuring regionalism. That's the last thing. I'm saying my own opinion that an Igbo man would accept from the Nigerian government to cure this system of the cancer. Me, I'm interested in curing the system. I've looked at every other thing that someone can do to cure the system. I've seen that there's no other way than to cut off the leg, cut off the hand that has been infected by cancer. Cut it off, balkanize, regionalize, restructure. There's nothing else you can do other than that. Anything you are trying to dress up, you are just deceiving yourself. Tinubu spent 8 years. Somebody else is coming to revenge on Tinubu. Or maybe in the next 16, 24 years, somebody else will come to revenge. It is always one hatred, one tribalistic agenda or the other This tribe comes, they have an agenda. That tribe comes, they have an agenda. Nobody has a national outlook. Nobody is talking about the well-being of the generality of the people. That's why it is not wise for you to start saying one Nigeria. Is it wise? Give us reasons why one Nigeria is working. I've given you so many reasons. And it is not a difficult thing that these leaders cannot do. But I will repeat it and over. See, I don't know how I want to hear it. They don't have what it takes to make Nigeria great. Even the younger generation are being infected by the virus. These old people, in quotes, in power, have. Everybody's infected. It's only balkanization, regionalism, or restructuring that can get Nigeria to a level of, at least we can get good roads, hospitals, houses, and everything. Economy can boost again. We take off these colonial masters from our necks. We stop any foreign influence. We determine the kind of political system we want to run. In the north, if they want to run feudal system, they will continue running their feudal system. If the Yorubas want to allow the Lukumi, the Arab Yorubas, to run the feudal system in Yoruba land, or the kind of system they run, Alafin, the kind of system. If the Igbos want to run a republican system, everybody runs and it benefits them. And because they got separated not too long ago, they will be competing with each other. Competitiveness. Yes, I got the word. They will be competing with each other. So it's not out of place to wanting to dialogue with the federal government, and the federal government refuses, then you take your stand and say no going back. So for those that care to listen, we know that you leaders don't believe in Nigeria, and we see it from your actions. You don't believe in the success story of Nigeria, in the progress of Nigeria. We see it from your actions. See, it's better you follow the moving train and not stop the moving train. If not, you might be crushed by that moving train.